Namaskaram. So, welcome to day 54 of the Safe Soil journey. So, I'm traveling and I'm in a station. So, a new background today. I just thought that, I can still see if I can record the video here. So, today we'll explore about how one can take a bath. So, generally, people ask whether they should take a cold water bath or a warm water or a hot water bath. So in the yogic system, we always suggest taking a cold water shower before beginning one's practices. The reason being that if you take a cold water shower, then the epithelial cells contract and the intercellular spaces open up, which allows the body to absorb energy, because of which you will see that when you're doing yoga, the body can absorb energy, and the intercellular space, if it absorbs energy, then this is something which reflects in the way your youthfulness is or your aliveness is. So it's very important that we take a bath with cold water, and instead of that, if you take a bath with warm water, then what happens is that if you take a bath with hot water, then instead of the intercellular spaces expanding, what happens is the epithelial cells, they open up to absorb the water, and this is not something which we want when we are doing the yoga practices. We want the cells to contract and the intercellular spaces to open up so that it can absorb energy. So for this, it is very important that we take a bath with cold water before we begin our practices, and this is something which will assist you. You'll also see it makes the body much more flexible before doing the practices. So the important thing is, when you take a cold water bath, the temperature of the water shouldn't be very cold compared to the room temperature. So ideally just about 3 to 5 degrees is best, with 3 to 5 degrees lower than the room temperature. Maximum of 10 degrees lower compared to room temperature is best. Water which is lower than 10 degrees compared to room temperature is not suitable. It will be too cold. So if you're in South India, you will see that the tap water is generally just a little colder than room temperature. So that's perfectly fine. You can just do that. But in temperate climates, it may be too cold, the tap water. So you may need to see accordingly. Ideally, just about 3 to 5 degrees lower than room temperature is best. So please see if you can do that accordingly. Just having a cold water shower with either you use the shower or a bucket or whatever, and see if the water is just about 3 to 5 degrees colder than the room temperature. And we'll also look at the best way in terms of how to take a bath. So this is something what you can do is, if you want to take a bath, it's always best to first start by pouring the water on top of your head rather than by pouring the water on the body. So it's best if you pour a little water on top of your head and then move on to the other parts of the body. Even for women, if you want to do that, if you're not even having a head bath, just take a little water and pour it on top of your head. Just somewhere here, just pour the water here, and then you can continue by pouring water in the rest of the body. So that is the best way. So it's just like you're simulating a river water dip where the whole body is immersed in water. So it's always best to start with pouring the water on the head first rather than by pouring the water on the other parts of the body. So please see if you can do that. The best way is if you take a bucket and if you just pour the bucket on top of your head, that's the best way to take a bath. It's like simulating a river water dip. If not, if you use a shower, let the water fall directly on your head. That is another way which you can do it. So please share if you are able to do this and how you're taking a bath, and if you're able to take a cold water bath. So it would be nice if you can share your experiences, and we'll meet back for the next video. Until then, keep sharing about safe soil. Thank you. Namaskaram.